because I think Michael Caine's awesome. I wasn't terribly impressed by Michael Caine in this film. I wasn't impressed by Haley Joel Osment either. I thought it was just, I couldn't get into their emotional state. It just felt very B-grade to me. I mean, I get it.
I
It's
genuinely
great
don't know
to
what
watch.
to say to that.
It's great to watch with the kids, but I don't feel the need to watch that film again. And then there's parts of it where I went, oh, it's very Princess Bride. That's very
Don't you start dissing on the Princess Bride. There's a lot of people. Do you
I
know
know
what
there's
it is?
people who love Princess Bride.
Do you know what it is? Now,
One of the guys at work goes, "The Princess Bride is my all-time favorite film. You must watch that film." And I've gone, "Oh, I'll watch that film." And I've gone, "Huh, it's all right. It's okay. It's not a bad film." But I don't go out and go, "Oh my gosh, this is an awesome film. Everyone should watch it." And this film's like that. It's okay, but I don't feel the need to go out and sing to the top of the trees about it.
No, I get it, Pip. You see, what it is, and I know why you will take this. No, don't give me that look.
Please, educate me.
She's just crossed her arms and now
Please,
I can do that
go
too.
on, Paul.
Right, Pip,
Yes, Paul.
I'm a far more romantic person than you are. This is a romance. This is a romance. If you can't see it, that tells me everything I need to know. This is a romance about love that endures past death. He's stuck there, left on his own, and he still loves this woman, and he loves her with all of his soul.
I get that.
And this is the shriveled husk that is left behind.
It's not just that, though. You're saying it's a romance, but it's not just a romance.
He is an echo.
He's feeling old. He's feeling his time's coming.
No, I know, but it's
this boy's feeling like he's got no one. But I get that.
Yes, but it's also the echo of a great love that's gone. And consequently, that is a beautiful and terrible thing at the same time.
In a B-grade format.
Oh, fuck off. Jesus.
I'm sorry, but I didn't feel the emotional tug in this film. You have some actors in a B-grade film can make you feel the emotional tug and you go, oh my gosh, I'm so there with you. Oh my gosh, I feel for you. And this film I kind of went, oh, there's a lion. Oh, blah, blah, blah.
Have you ever had an ECG? Have you? Have you gone and had any medical tests at all?
Yes, I have.
Have you had it?
It's all come back positive.
No, I'm just going, is there
not positive that they found something positive that I'm great.
No. Have you had it medically tested that you do in fact have a heart?
Yes, I have.
Because I can't see it. I can't see it, you heartless fucking cow.
I can't help it if a little thing gets said and you go, oh, it's me.
Oh, you're a turd. Oh, God, fuck. Listen, this is a beautiful movie no matter which way you slice it.
Oh, look, it's okay, but I didn't feel an emotional tug to this film.
Okay, fine. But perhaps, you know what?
It felt Princess Bride to me. And I know lots of people out there go, oh, how can you say that about Princess Bride? Princess Bride is awesome. But you know what? Princess Bride to me was a sort of film.
Maybe it's because there's no woman there now. You know, it's just the echo
His
of a
mum,
woman.
his mum was there, and she plays a fairly strong part. But no, it wasn't about that. I mean,
I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about her.
Even Walter's relationship with his two uncles, if it had felt more genuine to me, I would have been there.
What was it? I mean,
it didn't feel genuine. I didn't feel like it just felt like Michael Caine and Haley Joel Osment and Robert Duvall they're all just there just clocking time. That's what it felt like to me. I didn't feel any emotional tug to this film. And these actors are great actors. They're fabulous actors. But this particular film, I didn't feel it. It's an okay film. I'd sit and watch it with my kids. But other than that, it's like a family film.
wow. Wow. Look, you've floored me, Pip. Well done. It doesn't happen that often, but well done. Fuck.
Paul, do you love this film?
I love this film.
It's in your top 330.
It's my top 330. I think this is one of the most magnificent romances.
The only reason why I put this one up is because it's been sitting there and you've gone, this is a great film. This is a great film. And I've gone, oh.
Because it's a fucking great film. So you must have little or no regard for my ability to be able to pick a good movie.
No, Land of Mine is a great film. And you picked that one this week.
Yes, but I didn't know what it was like. I heard it was good. I haven't seen it.
Okay.
So the movies that I like, we are, I go,
Chalk and cheese.
The Death of Stalin. It's really funny. And
Secondhand Lions, it's so emotional.
It's so emotional. It's wonderful. This is very hard on me, this podcast sometimes, Pip. And tonight is not an easy night, I have to say.
I'm not attacking you. I'm just saying.
Well, I feel you are. I feel mildly offended. No, actually, I don't. I feel really offended.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to offend you. This film was just...
No, okay, look, I get it. And I don't know how much time I can run out trying to defend this film.
Go for it.
Suffice to say,
go and defend it.
How much time we got?
Go and defend it.
All right.
Why should I like this film?
This is a relationship about boys and men. This is a film about how men should behave. This is an important film because it gives good role models for young men to watch and see how a man should behave.
We had a similar film. Lahane was looking at boys to men.
That's correct.
And that was a great film.
It was a great film, but it was great because they had taken away that wisdom. Now, the wisdom was there. He was giving the young lad guidance, but it's not enough just to get the guidance. You have to have the example. And he acted as a magnificent example.
By beating up teenagers.
The boy was in awe of him.
Because he could beat up teenagers.
Whatever. No, it wasn't more than he could. It was more than just beating up. Oh, God, you're a shithead tonight. What's wrong with you?
I'm tired.
Oh, Jesus.
You know when you're really tired, when you're either like really, really tired, you want to cry, or you're really, really tired, you're just silly?
Well, I want to cry now.
So I'm really, really tired, silly, and I've just had a glass of gin.
What I'm trying to say is not just beat them up or vanquish them easily. It was the fact...
Vanquish you. Sorry, go.
He treated them with respect afterwards. He sought to their wounds and everything like that. He took them home, he showed them hospitality, and then he set them on the right path. And that is a magnanimous kind of behaviour that is, quite frankly, magnificent. And the boy recognised that. And this film recognises that as the way to go, not just beating kids up, but trying to help people who are already set on a bad path. And Lahane is exactly the same. They're set on a bad path, and the only person they had was that little old man who came out and
of the toilet. Yeah.
Yes, but again, it was not enough for him. It was not enough for them. And look what their ending was. Whereas he rolled up his sleeves, after the boy had begged him in the speech, and he showed him how to grasp life and to be a man. And there's not a lot of that in this culture today. It's been stripped away to a greater extent.
I get what they're trying to say, but the emotional feel of it didn't feel right. As in, I don't feel that the actors were feeling it. I understand what they were trying to achieve. I don't feel they achieved it in this film.
Well, maybe it's because you're not a man. Maybe because, and I'm not being derogative here, maybe it's because you're not a man and it's not pushing man buttons. Because it pushes mine.
There are other films where you can actually see boys, watching men, trying to learn from men where they might not have had that experience before, and you go, oh my gosh, you can see that boy trying to strive to be like that man. And there are films like that you go, wow, that's amazing. And this film could have been that. But to me, whether it was the dialogue or the way it was shot, I don't know. But to me, it didn't feel real. It didn't feel real to me. It felt fake. It felt like a film.
Cartoonish?
A little bit. The B-grade aspect.
No, it's cartoonish. Now, what's the boy do as a job?
What do you mean?
He's a cartoonist. He makes things No, that's why.
That's not what I'm talking about.
You may think that I'm making too much of a long stretch here.
I think you're making an incredibly long stretch
No, I
there.
don't believe I am.
No, to me, I understand they're trying to tell a story. Okay, what about the jump or the fall?
Yes.
The fall, like they're telling stories.
Yes.
And she's trying to have him as her, I don't have a parent. I'm missing something in my life.
Mm-hmm.
That felt more real than the relationship he had with the uncles.
Yeah, but he had nothing. The young fellow didn't really have. He had no father.
No,
he desperately needed a father figure in his life.
No, what I'm saying is the relationships didn't feel real to me.
Well, his mother...
It might have been the way it was shot or the dialogue. And there's films like The Fall where it feels more real. And she's going off into that imaginary world, and they had that imaginary section.
Well, help me explain. What do you mean it doesn't feel real? Because...
It doesn't... Whether it's the dialogue or the way it's shot or the way the actors are portraying it, I didn't feel like the relationship between the nephew, Walter, and the uncles, Garth and Hub.
Yeah, who were emotionally closed off.
I get that, but at the end they're trying to open up to him. I get that.
Well, he opened up to them, and that's...
No, I understand where it was coming from. But what I'm saying is I didn't feel it was real enough. To me, it still felt B-grade. And I've seen other films that are actually B-grade films do a better job portraying the emotional weight of these issues.
I've dug down as much as I can with you on the B-grade aspect. If that's what you feel, that's what you feel. Can't...
But what do you really love about this film? The fact that it's two men, or is it particularly Hub who's trying to help Walter through to manhood?
Well, Hub needs the boy as much as the boy needs Hub.
He's saying you need to stick around.
Yeah.
Which is what the magic movie moment was.
Hub's essentially...
feeling his age.
Well, not only that, he's a little bit of the Grinch in that his heart's become 2 sizes too small.
You love that film, don't you?
I must say I do. Yeah. And he has shriveled, and that quite often happens after a incandescent relationship.
A loss.
Well, when it's stopped. All of a sudden there is nothing darker than when that blinding light is gone. Well, that's quite poetic, isn't it?
Someone lock that in.
Lock it in, Eddie. So yes, that's how I feel about it. And so basically, that young boy came along and lit the pilot light in his heart again, and and they're big, powerful emotions, and it's not B grade. It's not B grade. It's put in a rural setting, and it's very simple. And
it's not the setting that's disturbing me.
What is disturbing you then?
The fact that the emotions don't feel like they mean anything, either by the dialogue or delivered by the actors. I wasn't emotionally.
Well, look, I'll go back. To be fair, I'll go back and I'll watch it again with your comments resounding in my mind.
Oh no, don't, because it'll ruin it for you.
No, I don't believe it will, because I think. I understand where you're coming from because of who you are, but I don't think you're right in this case.
Okay.
And I think it's just a case of this is not a movie that's pitched towards you. It's not that you don't understand what's going on. It's, as I said, it's not designed to press your buttons. Whereas Bang On for me, and, it really does press my buttons because of my relationship with my own son. So, it hits very close to home. So, yes, but anyway.
Maybe you just need the background, obviously.
Maybe that's all it is. Maybe it's funny. Like I've said, here's another example of liking a film that may not be necessary. Pardon me, I've got the hiccups now. That may it's how upset I am. That maybe,
wait or another one.
Your Honour. So yes, look, I love this film, and I'm just going to ignore Pip on her comments.
It's okay for us to like different films. It's okay. That's what makes this podcast interesting.
Could you just raise the levels of patronisation a little bit more, please?
There are films I like that you don't like, and there are films that you like that I don't like. And guess what? Everyone, I'm sure, out there, listeners, enjoy it. because then they can go, I'm a Paul person or I'm a Pip person.
That's it. You've got it now. Well done. You've got the patronisation just right. Okay. All right. Well,
How many stars do you give Secondhand Lions, Paul?